All the real ones are here. We've got to the part of the podcast where Ethan's like, I like a green jacket, and Kyle's like, jeans are cool. Hunter's like, here's this extravagant, nah, bro. Nah.
No, bring it down a little bit, Hunter.
Never.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to a festive edition of the HGO podcast. I am one of your hosts today, Ethan, and joining me, as always, are my good elves, Kyle.
Hello.
And Hunter. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just swell.
Hunter, I don't know how many times I've got to tell you, you need to stop stealing Santa's coat, you know? You need to just stop it. It's been months now. You need to pack it in. Not good.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, because it's like, you know, like HGO. There's nothing we could do, dude, because if it's just HGO podcast does not sound good. And like if you had the extra two,
It's not.
it doesn't work. But hi everybody, Merry Christmas to be, Happy Holidays. It's another festive edition, guys. We're not as close as last time. Last year was perfect because we got Christmas and we got New Year, like bang on the day. And now we're here. It's like the 23rd. Like what? Like
Close enough.
close enough, right? Close enough. But we're here once again to get you through the holiday season with another festive, thrilling edition where we're definitely a Christmas topic, right, Hunter? Definitely a Christmas topic.
Yeah.
Cool. There we go.
Well, I proposed a Christmas topic and Ethan said, no, I can't market that.
It was too niche, dude. It was too niche.
But it would have been very funny.
Yeah, and then I tried to be like, oh, why don't we do like best gaming memories from Christmas? And then these two were like, I have no memories. I'm like, that's perfect. Then let's do. We'll do.
I did not shoot that down. Kyle shot that
Kyle
down.
was like-
and then I told him to make them up if he wanted.
Yeah, Hunter
do
told me
it
to
for
just
the
lie.
content. Yeah, do
No
it for the
one can
content.
fact check you. They're your memories. What are they gonna do?
But they're not my memories, Hunter. You
He's-
told me to lie about them.
He's scared that like the GeoGuessr guy, like the Rainbow guy, is gonna go, that's a lie, and then deduct his fucking coordinates and go, I'm gonna hunt him down, dude. He said he got this game in 08. It didn't come out until 09. Like, my God, like, calm it. You'll be fine. But no, so we're not doing that festive a topic. But like this time last year, we did a like worst character designs in gaming. So we're doing the best character designs in gaming this time around. As we are here on our festive arc. Because, you know, we've got plenty of bigger episodes coming up over the next few weeks. Obviously, this time next week, it's the big old HGAs that we do every year, so you can look forward to that. Then the week after that, it's the big old fantasy draft that we do every year, so you can look to that too. We've got a load of big stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. But hey, if you need us to keep you company over the holiday season, we'll do just that. Housekeeping, obviously, thank you for the support that's been going on through December. It's been crazy, right? That's been pretty nuts. So
That's
thank
a
you.
word for it.
So thank you for the support so far. It's been fantastic as we go into the new year. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And hey, if you haven't checked out any of the reviews that we have done over the holiday season, go and check them out because there's some really good work in there. Some of my favorite reviews that I've ever done. Don't know about Hunter. I don't know how you're feeling about yours, but hey, Dragon Age, all right, pretty good.
I
well,
liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And that's all I care about.
Exactly. If you do it for anyone, do it for yourself.
I mean, that's what you got to do, right? That's what you got to do. But yeah, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. Like I say, we're just going to keep on trucking. No gaps in the schedule for you guys. Every week, we're here. Just chilling, talking about games. What will Hunter make us play? Because we've definitely lost the fantasy draft. Find out in 2 weeks. That's all I can say.
Did Ethan and I end in a tie? Who knows?
Who knows? It's still a week to go.
It's very close right now.
Yeah,
It's anyone's game right now.
It's anyone's game up until the very end.
If Silksong just appears, I lose.
We're pre-recording this one. We're pre-recording this episode because obviously it's the holidays, right? So we don't know what's happened.
So we definitely know it
Based
dropped by now.
Based on that Hollow Knight Silksong thing, people need to now put in a guess of where in the timeline this episode's recorded. We shouldn't tell them. I just want people to kind of sit there and go. Because if Silksong has come out like at some point this month, like they'll be like, okay, where did they record? You never know. You'll never know.
Aww.
And there's a load of people sitting here going, why the fuck are they going on this tangent? Of course Silksong didn't get released, because why would it?
That game's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Haven't they heard?
I know, right? Crazy.
Wouldn't that be something?
Anyway, but yeah, thank you for the support. Keep on keeping on. We appreciate it. We're still here. We're still trucking. There'll be plenty of more reviews coming in the future. Just maybe not in the near future because games have kind of gone on.
Nothing's out for the first 3 months of 2025.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I'll be picking up. Assassin's Creed will probably be like the next big review, and I'm sure that's going to
If
go
Ubisoft
down
can make it.
really well. Yeah, going to go down really well with the fans. That one is, I can guarantee it. But hey, still fun and games. We'll be back to reviews eventually. Let's dive straight into it, right? Let's get into best character designs in games because, you know, I think there's plenty of ways you can go about this. I think there's plenty of games that you can talk about, right? And I'm going to throw it over, as we always do, to Hunter first because he usually has the biggest list and also is the most prepared out of everybody, so I'll let him go first. So Hunter, where do you want to start this? No pressure or anything, you know? If you pick something terrible, then the viewer attention is going to go off. And
then
no
we're
one's
gonna laugh at
and then
you.
We're going to laugh, and then there'll be 2 people here, and then what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, no, I suppose I'll just start
What?
with the. I don't know what he means by that, but
We're gonna kill you, I guess.
No, I meant only 2 people still be
I welcome
watching.
you to try.
Not that I'm going to kill
Oh.
you. My God, that's not very festive of me, is it? Someone's been naughty.
Here comes Krampus.
No. Anyway, what are we going for?
I suppose I'll just start with a rather obvious one, going by the look of me here. Dante from Devil May Cry.
No, good.
Specifically, the first 2 games are his best looks. They got bad after that for a couple, and then they brought it back with 5. But I think his look in the first game was probably my favorite. Had the cool long coat and the extra accents of like the belts on his legs and stuff. I thought looked real good.
I think it'll be fun for the viewers as well to just play a little fun game at home when they're like, you take a shot every time somebody says a stereotypical answer to this. If you've been here for a long time, I want people. Do you know us as well as you think that you know us? Because I feel like there's just got to be a fun game. So take a shot of whatever. Every time.
I feel like a brand new viewer to this episode could look at me and assume I was going to say that.
Well, I'm just liquoring them up just a tiny bit. Get a bit of festive cheer in them, Hunter. Everyone will go. Literally, blind people will go. By the sound of his voice, he's obviously a Devil May Cry fan. So take a shot.
And then 2, his design in 2 is real cool too. It's got like this kind of vest-like chest piece with these almost velvet texture sleeves, and it's definitely Devil May Cry 2's best contribution to the series is his look in that one.
This does look really cool. Forget, Ethan, did you set this up to show?
Oh, did I do that last year? I haven't.
You did.
But I can do that if you give me the time of day. So just keep talking, Hunter, and then I can.
That's something we should have figured out beforehand.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well.
But
whatever.
What can you do? What can you do, right? Like, forget about it.
Other,
no, this looks
other
sick,
fun.
though.
Yeah, other fun early Dante design quirks. He became much more pale over the years. Like in the first 2 games, he had more of like an olive skin complexion as opposed to just vampirically white. But they've kind of moved away from that, I suppose. What else?
What also amuses me is that in SMT3 Nocturne, where they got Dante to cross over, and that they chose to use his DMC2 design.
I think that was just the most current one.
I think it was, yeah. But either way, it's still really slick in that game too.
Yeah, it looks great.
Totally. Hang on, there we go. I can do this. Let me go out of that and onto. I believe it's this one. There you go. That's his original design, kind of. I don't know if that's the right image. I don't know. It's too late now. I'm going with this one because it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. Well, I can swap the tab over and we can see a load of Dantes from Devil May Cry and then go, wow, that's pretty bad. The Devil May Cry 3 one kind of sucks.
Dude, Devil May Cry 3's design sucks so bad. His haircut's stupid.
Dude, he looks like a character creator from a Tetsuya Nomura game. Look at that, dude. That's horrendous.
Yeah, it's so bad in 3.
Best character designs in game in Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna blaspheme here. Cut this out of context, Ethan. There you go.
Oh no! I thought that last year I brought up his design for 3 for worst designs, and I guess I didn't. But no, while I'm here, his design at 3 sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty
His
bad.
haircut's stupid. He's got the stupid little chest strap that I guess
got-
is for his handguns, but
He got no.
It's his pec strap, dude. He's got to keep those bad boys in. You know, he's got to keep them
yeah,
in.
We gotta censor those.
his design in 4 isn't very much better. He wears chaps. I don't like that.
Mm.
Yeah. But no, 1 and 2 best looks, and then I think they did better than 3 and 4 with his design in 5. I rather like his coat in 5.
Mm.
It's got these cool little shoulder pauldron like.
There you go. I
details
felt
on
like I
them.
did a bad job. That is the Devil May Cry one. Okay, there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
On podcast services, imagine, just think, what could Dante look like?
He looks like Hunter.
And he's
What does
doing
Hunter
just
look like?
well.
He looks like Dante.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there you go. It wouldn't
No,
be.
Dante's design is just iconic. Like it's so slick.
Yeah.
Even in some of his lesser designs, they're still really, really good.
I don't know. That 3-1 was fucking abysmal. I will say.
It was what he always showed up in for guest appearances
Oh, hell
every
yeah, dude,
time
the
after
fucking-
that
oh, I
too.
love
It was
that.
so bad.
Yep.
Like
Sick.
Marvel versus Capcom.
MVC3, yep.
Yeah.
And Ultimate Infinite.
Like, let me tell you, I was so happy when they decided with Smash Brothers me costume that it was going to be the first game. I'm like, oh, at least it didn't get him, but at least we dodged the bullet of DMC3.
No, fair enough. How where do you want to go?
DMC3
Oh,
as
go,
a meme
sorry.
would have been really funny.
What, with the chest strap, dude? That'd be sick.
yeah,
Imagine
that
Sans
would've been
Undertale with
really
a chest
funny to
strap,
see.
dude. That'd be sick.
Like imagine that, but with the Sans me head over it.
Oh my
That should
God.
that'd be so hype, dude.
Dude, that's like every 13-year-old of 2015's like ideal internet avatar.
God
Uh,
damn it.
enough.
Yeah, I can go next.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna go with a bit of an odd choice.
Oh,
I'm gonna
good.
go with Mega Man from the Mega Man series.
Oh, here we fucking go, right?
Not
on it?
necessarily
Stick him on
for
the stick him on the pedestal. I don't know if I agree with this one. Right? Are we
So,
talking
it's
like?
less-
Are we talking like?
I'm
Like
talking
pixel,
OG Mega
like
Man.
pixel art, or like in like like cartoon form, and not like the weird 3D Smash Bros render of Mega Man, where they're like
Yeah,
we're talking like proper old, like more old school.
proper old school Mega Man.
Okay, I can agree with that more. I can agree with that.
Okay,
more.
good. I'm glad I meet your approval of an opinion.
Well, no, because I think he
Thanks,
looks
boss.
awful in Smash Bros. I feel like he's like that. He's got this weird look to him where he's like, you can very clearly tell that he wasn't built for this. Whereas, like, in the 2D art,
Yeah.
has so much charm to it
Yeah,
that
no,
it's just
I
kind
get
of
that.
lost. He has like the dead eyes, like he has dead person eyes in like 3D renders. Whereas this, I think, is
Oh.
iconic
Oh, for sure.
with his goofy little Magneto helmet. I
Mhm.
love it.
But yeah, it's I put him on here less for the design itself and more so how the design came about, which is basically so we all know Mega Man originated on the NES. It was a very limited console and there was a very limited color palette you could choose from. So when it came to designing Mega Man, Keiji Inafune wanted to try and get the most detailed sprite he could possibly get with the limited hardware. And in the color palette, it just so happened that blue was the most like blue and shades of blue were all the most plentiful. And so he decided to use that as the building blocks to basically make Mega Man, which I just thought that was a cool way to use what limited resources you had to try and get the most out of what you had available to you. It's not really something you hear about anymore.
Well, I think the problem that you have nowadays is the over design of everything, where it's like,
Mhm.
I think Marvel ran into this issue a lot, where it's like you have outfits from the comics that obviously clearly won't work, but then they go, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take like the most realistic one that we can go for and then make it all out of the same fucking material. And like, it just like everything just kind of congeals into like an overly complicated mess. And it's like happens in modern video games now as well. Everything's so fucking over designed at times where I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why? Why does everything need 6 million belts and all of this jazz? Like, we don't need that. Like, Nomura was barely getting away with it in the 2000s. We don't need this now in 2024.
He only got away with it because that was peak belt era.
Yeah.
It was.
But no, I think sometimes the best designs come from limitation and restriction where you can only work with so much. And, you know, I think that's why all the classics, I mean, you can put a lot of the classic video game characters in this kind of ballpark.
Yeah. And even like the other iterations of Mega Man, like Mega Man X or Mega Man EXE, you know, they still retain that base design idea of like the blue armored suit, but they all put their own sort of spin on it to make it distinct from the original.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it. I mean, going off like a very similar vibe where it's like limitations and just working with what you've got. 3D era was really bad. Like the start of the 3D era, the PS1, the N64 generation started off really bad. Where it's like, I really don't like, for example, Mario's character in Mario 64. I think it's really janky, and it just basically, and it's like, as much as people dislike Sunshine, I'm like, Sunshine was really a massive leap from 64, where it's like,
It was.
Sunshine is basically how Mario has now been for the past 20 years, like, in terms of a leap. Whereas, like, his stubby little weird model in N64 is really goofy. But it's like, from that era, I'm like, I think the original, like, I'm like, Crash Bandicoot is fine, but to me, like, again, limitation. Spyro the Dragon is a really expressive model for the time in Spyro 2 and 3. I love that design. I think it's fantastic. The way that they are able to get certain animations out of that model and it just works really well. It was one of the first times where I'm like, oh, models don't have to look like shit on the PS1, you know? Like, we've got, like, Cloud Strife with his Roblox-looking ass little...
And his
like,
toaster hands.
his toaster hands. Or it's like, even the original Crash 1 model of Crash is not a very good model. I think Crash 2 and 3 is far better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the original Spyro, I just love. And again, it's like, why is he purple? Because the whole game is mainly green. And it was like, they needed to... Originally, Spyro was also green, and it just didn't work. They were just like, what's the color we're using the least in the entire video game? Oh, purple. Perfect. Then take it and make him purple. You know? I don't know. I just think it's like, again, it's just one of those designs where I'm like, it's so simple. Where it's like, it's just a purple dragon, but Carlos did such a great job of designing him to the point where it's like, there's not really many other even dragon kind of characters that have the same style as Spyro. Really, it's like he's like the little dragon that just never grew. It's like he just kind of fits into his own little vibe. And I don't know if it's a mixture of, you know, the animation style and Insomniac just doing a very good job of making a game look far better than it ought to be on that. I mean, Rare was also fantastic at this. I think and look at like Banjo-Kazooie as well can be another one where it's like, compared to other people, it's just like, there's just these few developers that just knew how to make good models on these systems that for the most part had really bad models and designs. Like, they looked great in art, but in practice they just looked a bit nasty.
Off.
Yeah. It's a weird one, the PS1 and N64 generation.
It's definitely a weird era, looking back on it, for like, definitely hit or miss on whether or not the developer's vision translated well or not.
Yeah, it's weird. And I think there was a lot of evolution. Like I say, look at Final Fantasy 8 and 9 compared to 7. And it's like, when you look at 7 and 9, it almost looks like there's a different generation of consoles between those two games just because of like the models and the way the game looks and the overworld and all that jazz. It's like, it's just, they're completely separate beings. Like, even the battle even the battle models in Final Fantasy 7 like look like archaic
They're still
beings
a little more
compared
jagged
to
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
9, where it
9.
felt mostly like the same thing you saw in the overworld.
Yeah. So there you go. Hunter, I'll throw it back to you.
All right. I think next up I'll go with Ganondorf, specifically the Tears of the Kingdom design, and also special shout out to the Hyrule Warriors look. I think both of those are sick.
I mean, I'll
And
t- I'll,
they
I'll
should-
I'll tag you in the with this. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda, and Link are also my favorite designs of those two characters as well.
Yeah,
I'll just
all
they were on my
pretty
list, so
sick.
I'll chuck those in as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Ganondorf specifically, I think that the whole barbarian king vibe that they've got going with him in both the Hyrule Warriors design and the Tears of the Kingdom one really works. Even the other iterations of his design, like I think Mummy Ganon in his own right was pretty cool looking. But yeah, I think it just works better than his other ones have always been kind of like up and down as far as I've never really thought that big old pig Ganon was super great. I thought that Ocarina of Time Ganondorf was fine. And then subsequently with Twilight Princess, I thought it was again fine. But
dude, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion. I hate his Twilight Princess design. Like,
Really?
I despise it. I think it's really bad, and I don't know if it's the fact that it was overused so much in Smash Bros. That it's been like that has just been his design for so long that I'm like, I don't think it's a particularly strong design. To be honest, Tears of the Kingdom is the first time where I've looked at Ganon and gone, "Oh, I get it." Like to me, like the barbarian kind of threat really works for him. Whereas like in every other iteration, I've just been like, "Yeah, I don't feel it. I really don't feel it." I don't know.
Yeah,
That's fair. I think I've just, like you said with Smash Bros, I think I've just seen Twilight Princess Ganondorf so much that I'm like, okay, this is just Ganondorf. This is just the default for him now.
Which it was for a long time, and I think, whenever we get the next Smash Bros, I think it will be a different Ganon. I think they'll do what they've done with Link and Zelda and go, okay, time to spice it up a little bit. Because, like, yeah, I don't know what it is about this design, but I don't know if it's the bright, like, orange hair with, like, the weird, like, yeah, there's something about it that compared to this one with the flowing red locks and just the whole kind of bulk, like, yeah, like, oh.
yeah. Like Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom, when he's not a mummy, still looks like if with zero mastery of magic, he could still rip your head off. Whereas the other two, like, I don't know, the biggest threat besides magic that Ocarina of Time Ganondorf has is poking you in the eye with his nose.
Yeah. It's a weird one, yeah. Unpopular opinion, I'm just saying, like, yeah, people are automatically like, unpopular opinion, I don't like this, or unpopular opinion, I think it's the greatest design. I'm like, okay, obviously a controversial opinion right here. I don't know. I think there's it's weird because you don't expect it. It's like in Smash Bros can really make you see a character in a certain way because that's like it just becomes like the kind of the default for that character, that design, right? Like Metal Gear Solid 1 Snake in my head, I'm like, there's so many variations of Snake, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's like Smash Bros Snake to me, so it's almost like that is what I think of when I think of Snake.
Smash Bros Snake was Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, 2, that's it. Yeah, sorry, that's
yeah.
it. It is 2.
And that is also his best look, and I would agree with you, Smash Brothers or no.
Yeah, but there's also ones where I'm like, like I don't expect Mario to get a fucking redesign every time in Smash Bros, but there is like with Ganon, I'm like, and Link as well. I was like, come on, guys, listen. Like, I was happy when they did, especially when they did the new Zelda look, and it wasn't just Breath of the Wild. They went with more of a Link between
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past, or like Link Between Worlds look. I'm like, oh, that's such a great idea. Like, I love when they deviate more, and I hope that's what they do in future Smash Bros. I hope they genuinely go, okay, let's do this version, next Zelda, maybe it will be Tears of the Kingdom Zelda, or maybe it's like, I like the idea of them spicing it up a little bit and making it feel like
Link
it's a different rendition.
Looked really weird in Smash Brothers 4 because it was still like Twilight Princess Link, but
it was
awful. But they also injected color into this game, so it was weird.
Dude,
like he wasn't designed for, proper color balancing.
You know, I don't know if that, again, I'm just going to chuck all my unpopular opinions out here about character designs as well. I think blue suits Link better than green, and I don't know why. I just think because he's in green fields and he's like, Hyrule's a very, grassy area for the most part. Like, I just think the blue, that color of blue that they chose for the champion's tunic, I just think it suits Link so well, that especially that version where I'm like, I kind of
I
fuck
wouldn't
with
be
it more.
shocked if he was blue still going forward for a while, even after.
I think it looks really good. Where I'm like, it again, the contrast to the grass. Whereas whenever I look at any other Zelda game, like the only Zelda game where I'm like, the green kind of works. Toon Link in Wind Waker because it's all blue.
Yeah, that's because it's all
yeah,
blue.
exactly. It's like I think I love Toon Link's design. I think it's fantastic. Every time I see like adult Link in a kind of realistic or like Twilight Princess, right? I look at that design and I go, God, this is so mid 2000s. We tried to make stuff feel real when it's like he looks goofy as hell. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, Link from Twilight Princess. I just don't vibe with you. The Zelda design's alright, but Link, I just look at him and go,
I think TP Zelda is probably my favorite Zelda design.
Well, she's gotta have something going
look at
for
that.
her, since they did not have much story for her.
But again, I don't know if
same
that's
with Tears
just
of the
Smash
Kingdom,
Bros.
Right? Well,
viewing my
hey.
perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because. I don't know if it's just because it was my first time playing a brand new Zelda, but to me it was like those Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom designs are probably my favorite designs, just because I feel like it's. I don't know.
mean, I'm also in agreement. I think those are the best ones, especially with Zelda, I would say.
Yeah, but hey, I think what's cool about Zelda is you can have it. I feel like all opinions are valid. You can say whatever you want about Zelda designs and go, yeah, I can see where you're coming from if you like that design. That's fair enough.
Yeah, it's like they've got a close enough like kind of notes to hit, but the design ethos of them is still allowed to be malleable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, 100%. Okay, Cal, where are we going?
All right. I'm actually going to take this down a similar road as Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf here and go with Nagoriyuki from Guilty Gear
Oh,
Strive.
for fuck's sake, how am I spelled right? Okay, guilty gear. How do you spell guilty? I'm innocent.
I love making Ethan spell.
Guilty Gear
He-
Strive.
He's
What
not
was
good
it?
at that, audience.
What? No, I'm fine with spelling. It's grammar that's my problem. What was
Just type in Yuki and you'll get
Yuki?
it.
No, I'd forgotten the name. I didn't know.
Or
I wasn't,
Nago.
I wasn't asking for the spelling. I just forgot what the fucking name was because you know what I'm like with names. Oh yeah, okay. I've got him.
Yeah. So really, I could have picked any character from Guilty Gear Strive or Guilty Gear in general, because that's just cool character designs of the video game. But decided to go with Nago. He's just brand new. He's a brand new character to the Guilty Gear series, and he has definitely made his mark. He fits right in with the rest of the cast, and he's just so fucking sick looking, dude. A cyberpunk vampire samurai, taking inspiration from Yasuke, the African samurai.
Oh,
It's
don't
just
say
it's
that. Don't
such
say that. They won't like that one,
it,
Kyle. Kyle, they won't like that.
it is such a sick ass design. It goes so hard. Again, it fits in right in with the rest of the cast. It's just I hate this character to death, but man, I can never hate his design. Absolute pain in the ass to fight, but he is so goddamn cool looking.
Hell
Got
yeah.
a cool retractable mask that like
Oh yeah, I love when things do that. That's a sick design choice when you just click a button and the mask dissolves. The dude also appears to be wearing half of his coat like a cape, and that's
Yep.
always a win.
Yep. And of course it's Guilty Gear, so he's got to have writing on his clothes, on
Keep
his
out.
mask and on the back of his coat. He's got a Japanese kanji on it that translates to heart. It's just what every Guilty Gear character has. They've like 90% of them have some weird shit written on their clothing. Like Soul Bad Guy, he's got a belt, and on it it just says "Rock You."
Fucking Kojima last
Wow,
name, bro.
nice.
Fucking Kojima
He's
last
so
name.
bad guy. Yeah, he'd be good friends with Die Hardman. Uh,
Ugh.
Yeah,
Now again, like
that's cool.
again, I could have pointed to any character from Guilty Gear. Slayer was another character on the table for me.
I've seen that guy, and he does look
Another
pretty sick.
vampire, sick as fuck, cool coat. Johnny, sick as
Bro,
fuck,
I see
cool
this.
coat.
I'm sorry, I disagree. I see this as cultural appropriation right here, dude. Look at this. Fucking,
What, Slayer?
yeah, look at this, dude. This is the most offensive thing to my fellow British people and on the planet. Look at this, dude. He's got a monocle, a fucking pipe, and a suit, dude. One pip, and he's a war crime, dude. Like, look at this guy. That's pretty cool.
Oh, the end of his cape is turning into, or the end of his coat is turning into
Turns
bats.
into bats.
Sick.
Guilty Gear's so cool. I've kind of fallen off playing the game because I don't like the new season 4 that they pushed out. It's just way too aggro for me, but all these character designs have stuck with me. They're so goddamn cool.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, what you got, Ethan?
Oh well, let me tell you, I've got so many things.
Oh yeah.
Now I want to go similar vein, multiplayer game. The last like normie game that actually had the source, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be hard to
Concord?
even pick. Fucking Overwatch, dude. Is like I think Overwatch is like it. I'm like, well, everyone's like, oh, those designs are so cool. It's a shame it's a fucking video game I despise. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's been waiting for
Yeah, it's
the
true.
animated movie or
Yeah.
TV show just so that they can actually participate in the world without having to play
Or
the
a
fucking
single
video game.
player
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, like I just look at the cast of Overwatch and go, man, they just nailed it. And they continue to nail it. When they add new characters, I'm like, wow, they continue to nail it. It's a shame that the game fucking sucks. No, I love Overwatch to death, right? But it's like, I think there's something about the designs of this world where it's like, it makes you want to know more, which makes it even funnier that it's a multiplayer game. Like the like the lore behind everything, the world that they have built is just so fucking sick that every time I'm reminded that they cancelled the entire story mode, I want to go to Blizzard and scream. But in terms of some of my favorite designs that I think are probably the coolest, obviously I feel Tracer is iconic. Like there's just something about Tracer where I'm like, they just instantly made a character that is just instantly recognizable. I mean, it's like it's very hard to make a mascot for a game nowadays. Like it's very hard to do that. There's like Fortnite. Name me a character from Fortnite that is identified. There isn't one.
The
You
banana guy.
You just look for something that makes your eyes bleed, and you go, "Oh, that's a Fortnite poster. That looks ugly." There you go. You know. So yeah, Genji I think is such a sick design of a character. And I think
the Cyborg Ninja.
Yeah, the Cyborg Ninja. I think he's sick. And the Overwatch 2 design that they redesigned him with, where they gave him a fucking hoodie on top of it, is like even better. The Overwatch 2 designs was such a glow up for a lot of characters where I'm like, it's like I say, it's a shame Overwatch 2 was a fucking waste of like effort for everyone involved because they put so much effort into it and then nothing came of it. Obviously Cassidy,
really cool.
I think is a sick design. The cowboy, obviously. Diva, I think is fantastic. Junkrat and Roadhog, I think are such goofy characters. And their designs, the demolition experts, they're just so great. It's just like little bits of details, like Junkrat still having like singes in his hair from where he's obviously exploded too many. Like he's still got explosion like stuff damage all over him and stuff like that. I just love the designs of this world. Like there's genuinely, I don't think there is a bad design in the bunch. I really don't think that there is a bad Overwatch character design. And the fact that there are like 38 heroes strong, I think, at this point, and they haven't whiffed at all, I'm like, fair play. Like there is so many good designs. Kiriko, I love Kiriko's design. There's so many good designs in Overwatch where I'm like, my god, why have you got the source and why is it wasted here? Like, genuinely, like every year they release a new cinematic and I'm like, this is the best thing. Why do they not do this? Like, I sit there and I look at things like Arcane doing incredibly well and I'm like, it's been here for nearly a decade. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the hell, Blizzard? What the hell? Yeah, I just think there's so much good in Overwatch's character design where I just sit there and I go, why? Why do you not do
Yeah.
anything with these characters? They're so good.
Yeah, a lot of good designs, and I think what's more impressive is that there's like no overlap between any of them.
No.
Like everyone looks distinct from one another.
Everyone has their own kind of silhouette where if you just put a black color fill over every one of them, you could be able to tell which character it is just based off of their silhouette. And I think that's really
Yeah.
hard to do, especially in a multiplayer game where you have, like I say, going on maybe 40 heroes now. I don't know how many heroes are there in Overwatch.
Yeah.
How many heroes in
The
Overwatch?
silhouette test is one thing that one of my artist friends will bring up all the time. Is if they've got
41, they
a
have
silhouette
passed
that you
over
rec-
40 now. There's 41
Oh,
heroes,
shoot.
man.
including the two new ones. I think the Juno, and then there's this new guy. I can't remember what his name is. Caustic. Don't remember. He's Scottish. That's all I know. And I was like, oh, taking you 41 characters to find a Scottish one. That's crazy. Just another
Or they're just
26,
like,
and I'll
"Guess
get
we
my
fin-
Welsh representation finally.
Or they're just like, yeah, I guess we finally have to do one of these.
They were like, we've done multiple robots, we've done a hamster. Which can I just say, sick. Also, Hammond is a sick design. Wrecking Ball is such a cool design. It's a little hamster in a mech, and it's like and it obviously it turns into like a hamster wheel because he's got a little ball that he goes around with a grappling hook. It's a very good design. Like, there's so many good designs. Doomfist, like, there's so many good designs. I can't speak highly enough of the artist on Overwatch. Like, genuinely. Like I say, it seems like it's a shame that it's just in this stagnant pit now forever of just being Overwatch, never having anything
Yeah.
to do with it. But yeah. Hunter, back to you.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
go
I'm
on.
really bummed about that multiplayer or that single player getting canceled for Overwatch. I would have bought Overwatch 2 for it.
Yeah,
I also would have given it a shot.
yeah.
It's
What?
like the world's always looked interesting, and the cinematics are great.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not good at shooters, so I can't really play it.
Neither am I. I just scream the whole time. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's it is what it is. I just think it's a shame what happened with Overwatch and how it just continues to truck along, and it's still doing fine. It's not dying or dead by any means.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it still has 100,000 concurrent players or whatever over all platforms, but it's just sad that it's just basically resorted to a new hero every 3 months or 4 months, and we're just going to sell you a load of skins in the shop. That is basically what that game has just come down to now. It's just a real shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hunter.
All right, I'm gonna go with one that has a bit of a more recent invigoration now, but Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2. I would
Damn.
wager.
I don't need to show this one. You guys know what Pyramid Head looks like. I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, I would wager, arguably, even though like Resident Evil is a more popular series, I would wager that Pyramid Head's design is stronger and more recognizable than just Nemesis or X,
Oh,
probably.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Easily.
Yeah. Like, which is fair, because I do think that, like, you can describe Nemesis and X as, like, just
Big zombie.
big dudes who can rip your head off. Pyramid Head, despite his name being pretty what's on the box there, people have struggled to describe him a little bit because they're like, I don't know what this is, what's under you. And then, like, in the details of it, or it gets even more gross and or disturbing, because, like, on top of his little metal apparatus that he's wearing, like, on the back of his neck, there's this weird, like, seal thing that keeps his helmet in place. And that's always disturbs people when they notice it the first time. they never know what it is.
I
And
mean, how
yeah,
else do they think it's staying on there? Dude? That thing's not staying
Oh
on by
yeah,
gravity.
shit. What the hell is that?
yeah. Like some people thought it was like a tumor or something.
Dude, that's
Eventually,
gross.
yeah. Eventually, Ito just answered it
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
corrected somebody who was assuming that they knew better as his
It's like a
role
neck,
in
it's,
life.
it's just like a neck brace, isn't it? It's like just keeping the thing
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the way the pyramid head moves around and stuff, all very uh herky jerky and disturbing as well.
Yeah.
Like best monster design to ever come out of a horror game, easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. And he's got Cloud's Buster Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's in Dead by Daylight. What a riot. Just like Freddy Fazbear, right? Best design in gaming, dude. Let's talk about him.
Lay it on me.
Which one's your favorite animatronic? Mine's okay, I've run out of things to say. I don't have anything else.
Golden Freddy.
Had you in the I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
Have you heard of Freddy Fazbear?
Yeah.
It's that, but gold.
Did they make a Mario Kart spin-off? What gives?
Probably.
them
No,
time.
probably. They probably have made like Freddy Kart or whatever.
Freddy Kart.
You know. Kyle, what have you got?
Let's talk about Final Fantasy.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
Here's the thing. It's not the character that I think you'd be expecting me to bring up. It's Lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
I agree with that. Kind of sick.
Oh, hell yeah.
As a normie who didn't care about Final Fantasy at all, I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy, but I just saw the character Lightning in like stores and stuff like that around the time, and I was just like, that's a cool character. I still didn't play it, but I was like, oh, that's a cool random.
I haven't played 13 either.
Maybe
so I
one
don't know
day.
anything
It's on
about her.
Xbox. I could be up my Xbox, but as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, 2-hour Andy over here only boots his Xbox up for 2 hours. So yeah, I love Lightning's design.
Oh.
I think it's great.
It's
It's very
it's a good
Nomura-esque though. Looking at it, it is very Nomura-esque.
It is. It is still in that.
Yeah.
It's toned down
It's
from
in the belt
belt
era. Dude. It's in the belt era.
but it's a subdued belt era
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
I
just
still vibe
solid.
with it.
Like this like half uniform with the short skirt and the red cape hanging off the red cape over one of her shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
It's just a very striking design. And the pink hair is also really nice.
Yeah, I agree. I also had a Final Fantasy character in my list here.
I'll go for it.
Was it Vincent?
Oh, great! I'm frozen.
Oh no, he died.
Thank God. And then we don't have to hear Hunter's garbage Final Fantasy takes. Let me make one up for him. He loves Kate Sith, dude. That's his favorite.
Dude, he's going into blurry.
Yeah, does he know that he's still here? Guy,
That's
here
a
we
good
see
question.
the wild hunter in his natural habitat. He has no idea that he is still on the fucking call. As he tries to come to terms with still being here, who knows what he is thinking right now? He looks soulless. He looks like he's, I don't know. Do I have a Final Fantasy character that I like the design of? They're all alright. I think, I don't know, I feel like a lot of Final Fantasy comes under over-designed a bit too much, where I'm like, you know, a lot of it was, you know, are you back?
Yes, I am.
There you
My
go.
character was Clive. I think Clive looks sick.
Dude, that's
Really?
just fucking, that's like clearance aisle Dante. It's like the same shit.
Well, it's very similar, yes. The red chest piece there and the cape. I think it looks good.
He does look nice, but I'm surprised it wasn't the character I was expecting.
Who were you expecting? Sephiroth?
Vincent.
Vincent's also a sick design. It's
He
true. They've
is.
got a bunch of them that the funny thing about these games is they always have somebody that's like over designed to all get out, but usually they'll hit at least one character that looks okay.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what Ethan and I were talking about before you came back. Like he was trying to think of characters, but every character he was coming up with was just over designed.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Is like they just all they kind of feel on mismatch. Or if I do say like one of the more simpler designs, people will call me horny because I'm like, yeah, Tifa's design's all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I go for something simple, like oh, like I can't think of anything like Cloud and Barrett. I'm like, I like their designs, and I'm like, they're cool. And I think Remake did a good job of making me like them more compared to what they looked like in Base 7. But I also sit there and go, that's an over-designed anime-ass video game if I've ever seen one, and I appreciate it and I love it, but at the same time, I can't sit here on my soapbox and go, pinnacle of design right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Tifa Lockhart.
Tifa Lockhart. Guys, hear me out. She's hot, that makes her based. Am I right, fellow Zoomers?
They thought that's what Stellar Blade would get on.
And then it worked. But
Okay,
yeah.
but actually, so I have a thing with Tifa.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw her was in Kingdom Hearts 2 when she had her black leather Advent Children costume.
Mhm.
So kind of similar to like Twilight Princess Ganondorf, that just became the default for her in my head. And I much prefer that design to just her regular FF7 design.
I don't think I've ever seen Tifa in Advent Children. Let me have a look.
Yeah, you have. You've played Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh yeah, I have played Kingdom Hearts 2. That is a video game that I played. Damn, she got those kicks, dude. Hell yeah.
It's
Got
just
those
sick.
Converse on. It's yeah.
I feel like it
Why
fits
she got a
more
fucking?
the-
Why she got like a like a coffee apron on the bottom? Like why has she got like? Why is she serving me a fucking latte at Starbucks, dude? Like what the fuck's going on there?
Cause she's a bartender.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. Um, I don't know. It's just like again, very Nomura design. I like Nomura designs, and I also think Nomura designs can be hit and miss. Some people absolutely adore Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora, and I think he looks like a goofy goober ass in that video game. Like I know Kyle loves that design, and I
All right, I guess I'll take that off
no,
my
no,
list.
you can 100% talk about it. We can talk about it now because in the same way you love 2, I love 3's design of Sora because I really like the
Oh, I think
plaid. I
Three's
think it
design
really
is
works. No, that's what I'm
ass.
talking about. Is I love Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. I genuinely love Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora because I think Kingdom Hearts 2 looks stupid. And this is what's great about Nomura is all his designs are terrible, and we just all disagree on which ones aren't. Like that's great. Like why does
But
Kingdom
we can
Hearts 2
all
why does Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora have a fucking yellow X over his arse? Like, can we talk about that? Like, why is that a part of the design? Like, look at
but
this.
at least we can all come together and agree that KH1 was his worst fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% with the clown shoes.
I also
100%.
definitely wouldn't split hairs over which one's better because no matter what Sora looks like, Sora
still
still looks
Sora.
pretty stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will 100% say with certainty, and I'll 100% agree with you on this, that fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, all of them I like their drip for the most part. Except for Karki McGee, dude. Fucking
Oh my
awful
god,
design.
dude. They
Karki
fucking massacred Riku.
Yeah, Karki McGee in the bin. Riku and his Karki, awful. Like,
Ugh.
really bad. I really like Carrie's design as well in both 2 and 3. I like that design. That's a good design. And then we look at fucking Riku with his stupid ass Karki. What did they do? I've never liked Riku's design really, but in 3 I'm just like abysmal. Look at that.
It's so bad, dude.
Why has he got the fucking zebra crossing fucking plan, dude? That's
Why'd
garbage.
they turn him into fucking budget Noctis?
Yeah.
Like, God.
Noctis was already a pretty budget design anyway.
I know. Now imagine that on clearance.
Yeah.
Ugh. Dude. This is my weird KH opinion I'll die on.
Go
They
on.
never should have given Riku a Keyblade. They should have just let him keep the sword.
I liked his sword. It
The
was
s-
neat looking.
The Soul Eater sword? That shit was so cool. It was
Mm.
so much better. Especially if we knew where he'd end up with the fucking car key. Get that shit out of here, dude.
Cocky, cocky, cocky. Uh,
But no, I like again, I think it might just be because I spent so much time with Kingdom Hearts 2, but this design for Sora I think is just the best. It feels like it still has elements from his design in Kingdom Hearts 1, but it feels more complete. I just like it a lot more, but I like it more with black as the primary color and red as the secondary rather than Kingdom Hearts 1 where with the bright red at the forefront.
yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that. Uh, like I say, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of any of um Sora's designs, if I'm honest with you. But
Yeah, that's fair.
but like, I don't know. I feel like it's the yellow belts that I don't like from Kingdom Hearts 2's design. If the yellow belts weren't there, then I would 100% like that design more. And I think that's why I like Kingdom Hearts 3's design. It's just because, yes, it's the most boring of the designs, but it's also the one that just is the least offensive to my eyes visually. That I'm like, you know what? I vibe with it. And I kind of like the plaid. I think the plaid kind of suits it. But, that's just, he's the only one where I think the plaid suits it. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah,
Like the Riku plaid, gob. Absolutely awful.
garbage.
All right, speaking of anime bullshit, am I right, fellow gamers? It is time. Take a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Joker Persona 5. I love that. Like,
You can't argue with it. He looks sick.
yeah, I think it's just a great design, which I think is quite funny because as someone who adores Persona 5, I'll also tell you that as much as the costumes have grown on me for all the Phantom Thieves, because I've played the game so much that they all fit, I also think that game is very hit and miss, where I dislike a lot of their designs at the same time.
Yep.
Um,
Flashback to last year when I brought up Akechi.
yeah, awful.
Yeah.
Maruki's drip at the end, awful.
Oh, that's so
my
stupid,
God.
dude.
Why'd they have to add that? The white suit was perfect.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys don't like the bronze kneecap?
I hate Futaba's outfit. I think Futaba's outfit sucks. I don't
Yeah,
like
that's
Anne's
one
outfit at all because I'm like, again, I think
You're in high school.
give the character the character who has the whole arc about being sexualized and not liking it. Yeah, give her the fucking cat suit, dude. What a great idea that is! Like from the minds of Atlas. It's just like stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of most of them, to be honest. I think I really like Joker's though. I think Joker's is genuinely perfect. I really like Kasumi's outfit from Royal. I think that is also great.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
it will never beat the allegations that she started off as a female protagonist for Persona 5 in the enhanced, because it is basically just female Joker in terms of costume design.
The guy from Strikers, I think his outfit was pretty good too.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Joker's iconic. I think there's a reason why when people, and people hate it because of Persona 5, but there's a reason that he's kind of become the image of Persona. It's just because he's the first Persona protagonist, I feel, to have an actually unique design. And I think that's what really helped
he
Persona
looks
5.
cool and not like a loser student.
I think that's what really helped Persona 5 was they had these alternative personas where when they go into the other world, they look different. Whereas the fucking investigation squad were like, and now we wear glasses. And then, the Persona 3 crew were like, and now we wear armbands. I'm like, no, that's not cool. Like, they tried a bit harder with Reload and giving them the fancier outfits.
Reload at least fixed that.
Which does look better, but I still think that Persona 5... Yeah. And I think when we do see Persona 6, I do hope they go in that direction of distinguishing the two worlds a lot more, because I think it really works from a marketing perspective, where I'm like, yeah, Joker's design's sick as fuck. And even though I don't like Anne's design, I can't say that it is, broken into pop culture in that way, or, Ryuji's design and stuff like that. I love I hate Ryuji's mask, but the actual outfit that he has,
the rest of it's good.
Yeah. Same with Queen. I hate her fucking mask, but I think her outfit's pretty good. There's little bits and pieces like that where I'm like, yeah, making that distinction is really good. So then when you are in the school outfits or you're in the casual clothes, then I appreciate them more because I'm not like, I'm like, oh look, it's winter and the outfit's changed. That's nice. Whereas if that was the constant outfit for the entirety of the game, like, and in summer, guys, we'll take the blazer off and that's it. There you go. That's the only other, I think it's pretty cool. I think Joker's design's fantastic. The point where every time I saw it, like when I saw him, the trailer he was being added to Smash, and I'm like, I really need to get around to Persona 5. Like every time I saw Joker in anything, I'm like, I need to get to this video game. Yeah, good stuff. Hunter, to you.
All right, I think where I'm gonna go next is the Cyborg Ninja from Metal Gear Solid.
I know him. He had a bot.
Yeah. I think that he's pretty emblematic of the silliness that Metal Gear as a series is, while still looking pretty cool. And without being over-designed at all, really. Like, he's just got a couple of, aside from being,
He's an action figure.
seemingly made of metal.
I can get.
He's got the cool little eye in the middle of the helmet, and then he's just, a couple of different colors that make like being mostly blue and then the orange really makes the orange pop when you in your memory after you see him. I think. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just peak encapsulation of Metal Gear Solid that this robot that runs around as a ninja just isn't out of place in the slightest.
It's not even the weirdest part. Yeah, you got Psycho Mantis over there having a fucking field day.
Psycho Mantis.
Just chilling in the corner.
One of the later games, there's just a dude whose gimmick is that he's covered in bees. He's not even. Yeah. It's great, but I think that Cyborg Ninja is one of the. Even over, like, Snake is who I'll think of character-wise, but visually, I think Ninja there is always stuck in my head the most.
Yeah. How?
My next one is going to be the two protagonists from Pokemon Black and White 1.
Ooh, Pokemon Black and White protagonist.
Yeah, your favorite.
Controversial.
Pokemon Black and White. That's not controversial. People like this game now.
Is that Black and White 1? No, it's Black 2 and White 2. I really don't like that. I think the Black and White.
Black 2 and White 2 are the shit designs.
They're so much stronger. These designs are so much stronger.
These are.
No, I can kind of agree with these. If I'm honest, there are plenty of games where I like the designs of them, but then it's like, the female design for most of them is just the main
just like
character.
one of them.
And it's usually the female design because they're usually the person that's in the anime, so they spend more time fucking designing them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like I really like Serena's design, but that's just because, they made her for the anime. Oh, I really like Dawn's design. Oh, yep, same. I really like May. Yeah, that's the reason I like those designs is more because of the anime than it is for the game. And the male designs are kind of hit or miss, or they're just the same. They're just the same dude with a fucking cap. And this guy's kind of similar, but he's got the only one that I always like is Gen 2 because he's called Ethan. So I'm like, hell yeah, I've got my own guy, and it's also in Gold and Silver, which can arguably be the best one. So fuck you. I win. Hot Gold and Soul Silver are mine.
I would wager that guy even still falls into he just kind of looks like Red, but flip the hat backwards.
I
mean,
they all do
instead of a coat.
They all do, except for
but take away Red's drip.
They all do, bar the new ones, and I think they're getting progressively worse. I hate the new protagonists. They definitely are. They're getting worse. But yeah, I think they're pretty good designs.
Yeah,
God, I forgot the school kid drip, dude. I forgot the school. This is horrendous,
dude. So
Scarlet and Violet.
Bro, look at this drip, dude.
Atrocious.
Oh, no sauce. Why do they look like they're 5, dude? Like, fuck me. Actually, bad. That's so bad. That's awful.
There's no sauce, and they took away like all the customization that was in Gen 7 and Gen 8.
I kind of like Gen 8. I like Gen 7s. I wasn't a huge fan of Gen 8. I kind of liked the design.
Gen 8
kind of went back to
it was
being
solid
good again.
But I don't know if that was solid because of all the customization options they gave you.
No, I like the default designs. They're very. I don't know if I like the guy, but again, I like the girl's design's pretty good.
Yeah.
With the cardigan and stuff like that. That's very British. I like that. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
cultural
yeah.
appropriation. That bit. That's the cardigan. I can approve. But yeah, I looking back,
black
I kind
and
of agree.
white.
Black and white ones designs are pretty good.
Across the board, black and white just has really good designs, but I think they really, really nailed it with the two protagonists, giving you two really good options
Except for calling
rather
him
than just
Hilbert.
one really good one.
Yeah, the names suck.
Oh yeah, Hilbert and Hilda.
Yeah, my favorite
Hilbert?
American names,
Hilbert.
Hilbert and Hilda.
God, that's so bad.
Yeah. But I can vibe with that. I can vibe with. Oh, is it my turn again? I love.
Well, how many more do you got? Because I've only got like a couple.
I can do this all day, baby. I could just shit them out whenever I want, you know? You've gone with like a normal person, so I'll just go with normal person. I've got a normal person design, like just people.
Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, he's an ace
He's
attorney,
people.
dude. He's an ace attorney.
Good design.
No, hey, it's the controversial game where Ethan gave it a 3.5, but the one thing he'll always say that I think was really good. Max Caulfield from Double Exposure, I think, is such a good design for a main protagonist of those kinds of games. I'm usually hit or miss on most of these characters. Base Max, I'm a hit and miss on that character. But I just really like her outfit and design in that game, where it does feel like it's just an actual, like, I feel like it's the same person. Like, people were like, is it her? I'm like, yeah, it looks like a grown-up version. I'm like, they did a good job of that. It's very rare. Like, a lot of games just make the character look completely different, or they've got a different person doing the mocap or whatever, so they just look completely different. And that design I just think is really nice. I really like that design. Game's hit and miss. We've talked about that enough this year, but the actual design, I still sit there every time that a screenshot or someone starts bitching about this video game, you know, a piece of artwork or a piece of mocap or any footage from this game will show up. And every time I look at that, like, I'm like, oh yeah, that game was very mixed emotions on that game. But every time I just look at it, I'm like, Max looks so good in that game. It's such a good design for her that I just keep, that's the one thing that I keep looking at. I'm like, they nailed the art of this game. They nailed that. That's the one thing they did nail with this game, was the art and the design. I really like it. I don't know. I just think, well, I just like it when it's like, you know, it's just a normal design. I'm fine with it. I'm like, I'm comfy with that. It's a comfy design. It looks good. Also, just like the customization again that they did with that stuff. Obviously, a lot of it cringe, locked behind premium stuff, but like the Moogle hats and stuff like that they did, and like the streetwear kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in that game where I'm like, oh, it all looks good. Whereas like in other Life is Strange games, it's just usually a t-shirt and jeans, and you can change the graphic on your t-shirt, and I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, good job. Whereas that felt like just a bit more fun. I don't know, winter outfits. I'm a big winter outfit fan, so any main character that just has their outfit be a winter outfit, I'm like, kind of a W. Winter outfits better than summer outfits.
I'm right there with you, dude.
I agree.
Give somebody a long
Because I
coat,
don't-
and I'm like, oh, it's a
I
goat.
agree.
It's goated, dude. It's goated. Also, why I like that Max design is the long, like the green coat and stuff like that. I'm like, goated. Love that stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
More winter design. Set more
Coated, you
games in
could
winter.
say.
Set more games in winter. Stop this summer bullshit. Get it out of here. Everyone's like, oh, look at the fucking beach area in Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, where's the winter outfit skiing section? And then don't you say that's coming in Remake Part 3? Because, yeah, you know.
Sorry, it's
It
coming
is.
in Part 3.
And I hope they have some sick winter outfits, dude. I can't wait. If they
Oh,
don't,
you know they won't.
Dude, I would love for Vincent to just have an extra like scarf over top of his cape. That'd be so
another coat
silly.
on top of his coat. Another coat.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Anyway, back to you, Hunter.
Let's see. I was gonna continue the theme of normal people, but I kind of can't. So I'll go.
You know, I
the
can.
the
Yeah, go for
closest
it,
thing I
Kyle.
can
Fuck you,
do.
Hunter. You don't get a turn. Normal people time. Go, Kyle.
This was a normal person only.
Yeah, normal people
Group
only.
Hunter.
Yeah, go on, Kyle. What normal people?
No, my normal people entry here is Terry Bogard. He's just a dude with a nice sleeveless coat. Not even a coat; it's just a jacket.
Fucking jacket, he's ripped the sleeves off,
I
dude.
I believe the word you're looking for is vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yep, definitely a vest. We're past the hour mark. The brain can stop working now.
The retention's gone, dude. The fucking only the homies are here at this point, dude.
Exactly. Only the real ones.
Only the real ones are here. We've got to the part of the podcast where Ethan's like, "I like a green jacket," and Kyle's like, "Jeans are cool."
How's Terry doing all these flips in fucking Wrangler jeans?
Yo, dude, I really liked it when the character wore a beanie and looked good. Am I right, guys? That's my favorite character design. What's yours? Hunter's like, here's this extravagant. Nah, bro. Nah.
Bring
Nah.
it down a little bit, Hunter.
Yeah,
Never.
I like this design because it looks like a normal 28-year-old girl. Is that too much to ask for, Hunter? Is that too much to ask for?
But no, Terry, like, as a character, Terry's just super cool. He's not like someone like Ryu who's studied martial arts his entire life and wants to be the best. Like, he's just a dude who entered a martial arts tournament and then learned how to punch fire. Like,
As you do.
he's just a regular guy.
Tale as old as time.
He's just a chill guy, dude. He's just a chill guy.
Exactly.
I mean,
Walking around in
we're
his
dead by
fucking
this time, isn't it?
Converse.
Yeah. Hey, I love a good Converse, dude. I love a good Converse. Max Caulfield also wears Converses, so it works out, dude. There they go.
I'll be real. I got more respect for Terry's outfit when I wore it on Halloween. After
Dude,
wearing
same.
fucking Squall's costume last Halloween, like getting to wear something this comfortable and normal,
Yeah.
it was very nice.
That was me with Max because I've worn some abominations over the past fucking 4 years. So I'm like, just a hoodie, a coat, and some jeans, dude. This is good character design because I feel like I can live in this, like.
We love a good closet cosplay.
Yeah, it's great, dude. When it's just like, oh, I'm just dressed as a normal person. That makes so much sense, like.
Exactly.
You love to see it.
Terry's design is sick. Then his redesign in City of the Wolves with his leather bomber jacket. I don't know if I'm as big a fan of it, but it's still good. It's still good looking.
Oh yeah, I see him. He's got that mugshot from Sly 3 looking vibe. Look at him. He's got his fucking bomber jacket on. But yeah. Well, that's about it. You cannot see that. There you go. Lovely. Okay, Hunter, you can go back to your elaborate designs. Okay, off you go. What did you want to talk about? No pressure.
I'll go with Nyx from Hades. Hades has great designs all around. They've just supplanted what the Greek pantheon looks like in my head now. But I think Nyx is an especial winner there. I think like the kind of cosmic look that she's got on her hair is really cool. I think just the overall aesthetic is a winner for me as well. I think she looks a little better than Thanatos as far as the our thing is darkness business going on. Like, I don't know, I think Thanatos's hair is a little stupid, so knocks him down a mark. But yeah, all around Hades designs fantastic.
I can't wait to play Hades 2 when it's finished. Like, that's the thing, is I'm just waiting now. I'm like, if they just release it and I'll
All
play
of the
it.
designs I've seen from that so far are winners too.
I've not seen many of. I've not really seen much of Hades 2. I've kind of been staying away from it. Not that I'm going out of my way looking for stuff, but it's like I'm just kind of like, just tell me when it's out. Tell me when it's out. I'll play it. I'm gonna play it day one that it's out. But I'm like, just let me. I don't care that you're in early access, and I don't care that you've got already more content than the original game. Let me just play it when it's out. Like, I'm good.
I agree.
Give me full thing.
Yeah, let the nerds have their fun with the fucking early access. Just give it me when it's ready, and I'll be there. But no, I like a lot of the Hades designs. I think some of again, it's in that territory of a lot of stuff where it's like sometimes some of them are a bit over designed. Where I'm like, it's a cool design, but I'm also like with chaos and stuff like that. I'm like, that is very aggressive on the eyes. Where I'm like, it's a cool design and I respect
I
it.
think it works for chaos just
Yeah.
because it's kind of the theme
The
of
idea,
the
yeah.
character. But yeah,
But I'm just sitting there.
Supergiant in general just has really good artists on their team.
they never miss. Gen Z is one of the best character designers ever.
Wait, they have a character designer named Gen Z.
That is her name.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
We zoom in Supergiant. Dude.
That's so unfortunate for her.
Zoom in.
I hate you both.
Yo, dude, I can't wait to see her attempt at Skibbity Toilet next, dude. It's gonna be sick. Yeah. You know what? Speaking of like designs on like existing characters and stuff
I'm
like
sorry,
that.
Hunter.
No, I'm not. I love seeing takes on like different IP and stuff like that in video game form and people nailing designs. And, you know, I wanted to give a shout out to Rocksteady with some of the work they did in the Arkham trilogy, because some of those designs I think are the best designs of the characters, period. Never mind just in video games.
Shout out to Scarecrow.
Scarecrow in Arkham Knight is genuinely terrifying, where I'm like, that is quite possibly the best Scarecrow design I've ever seen, with his face ripped and the mask kind of stitched into his face is
Holy
like,
sh-
yeah, because in Arkham Asylum, kind of like Killer Croc like drags him away at the end of the game, so he's like been properly mutilated.
Holy
so he's like,
shit.
if look him up, he's fucking terrifying. Scarecrow in
Oh,
Arkham Knight is
I'm looking
actually
at him, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, he's terrifying.
You know what, Ethan? I'll say that is valid.
Cillian Murphy could never.
This shit is very spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like actually terrifying. Ready for the jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Boo! Fine, don't worry about it. The transition's not that quick. Well, he's fucking terrifying. A lot of Arkham Knight's designs, I think, are fucking fantastic. Say what you want about the story and where it goes. I think Batman's suit in Arkham Knight, I absolutely adore. I know people love the city suit, but I know, like, it's still a bit too comic booky for me, where I'm like, the proportions still feel like he's very, like, kind of like latex man. Whereas, like, his Arkham Knight suit, which is, I think, you know, I don't know if either of you have seen the new Robert Pattinson Batman film, but I feel like a lot of what they're doing is taking inspiration from this in a lot of ways, where I'm like, they're doing like they did a really creepy take on a more weirdo, like even ballsy, like I love the Riddler stuff that they did in that film. And it's just like the Batman suit that they had in that film, I'm like, looks very much like they've taken inspiration. I love it. And I love the Arkham Knight suit. Obviously, the Joker's iconic, but I love that design of Joker in those games. I think it's brilliant. And I think what I love about the Arkham games is they can do stuff that you can't in live action. You can make the Joker's face look weird because you don't have to have an actual actor playing it. You can give him the weird, like, long chin that he has in the comic books, and you know, the kind of the massive grin and stuff like that. I love that version of Mr. Freeze as well. I love the kind of
Mr.
Cyborg
Freeze
take
was
on
really
Mr.
well
Freeze.
done,
It's
yeah.
really good. It just makes me laugh at how effortlessly in those 3 games they just adapted every character in a way where I'm like, they didn't really miss on a single character that they adapted, really. Like, I'm like, even weird stuff like the Mad Hatter, they managed to fit in their universe really well. I'm like, they just did a really good job of all. Ra's al Ghul, dude. Ra's al Ghul's design in that game, adore it.
I always thought Poison Ivy was
Poison
pretty solid in
Ivy,
those two. Yeah.
I really like all the Harley Quinn designs as well. I think a lot of modern Harley Quinn has come from the Arkham games as well, when you look back at it. But there's so many good designs in the Arkham games. I still stand by, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. Not a good video game, but the designs that they are going with, again, the way that some of the characters are designed, I really like those designs of the characters. I think the only one I don't really like is Deadshot that much, because Deadshot looks really generic.
The Deadshot looks generic,
but he looks
no matter
generic
what
anyway.
they do to him,
Yeah, he
because
looks generic anyway.
He's the most generic
Mm.
a man who has a bunch of guns.
And it's better than the Arkham
Congratulations.
City design. The Arkham City
idiot.
design of Deadshot is really bad.
I don't remember what he looked
He's
like.
like got the he's like got like the like the balaclava mask over him, and he's just like he's got like the red like dead like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not a good design. It's not a good design. It's
Uh,
literally just thug. Like it genuinely is. He's got like the. I'm trying to let
Fodder.
yeah.
Headshot sucks.
Deadshot Arkham City. Yeah, he's got like well, actually, it's a bit more. It's not just a balaclava. It is like more of a like a proper like mask, but it's not good. It's not good. I literally just thought he just had like a woolly like pull over and that was it. But it is a bit more design, but it's still an awful design. But like I say, I feel like there is genuinely a point. Like I genuinely think that Rocksteady basically created the modern Harley Quinn design, and that's what basically Margot Robbie and everybody else has wandered off with. Where it's like one of those weird things. Those games have been so inspirational to Batman, and it's just like nothing's like I don't. They made it so effortless. I think we took it for granted, and we were sitting there going, "Oh, we've had too many of these good Batman games," and then it's like. Okay, now have no good Batman games for 15 years. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know those were I didn't know if that was, I didn't, yeah, well, that's what I'm guessing. But, you know, I'm sitting there like, oh, I didn't know if the option was good Batman games or no Batman games. I was like, I would have kept with the good. Like, my God. Keep them cooking. Also, the Deathstroke design from Arkham Origins. Fantastic design.
Deathstroke rule. It's an easy design to get right. But...
It is, but they nailed it. And he's only in the game for about 30 fucking seconds, but they nailed it. I don't care.
Yeah.
He literally shows up and goes, "Hi, I'm a boss fight," and then you have a boss fight, and then he disappears again. And then like, perfect, great game, love it.
One of the coolest boss fights in the game, to be fair.
Yeah, one of the coolest boss fights in the franchise.
That's true. I would wager that
maybe I think Mr. Freeze is probably better. That Arkham City Mr. Freeze fight is genuinely probably one of the best boss fights in a video game, just from how it's designed. So,
very good.
Yeah. Right, how many
play these games at some point?
I think you'd really like Arkham Asylum, especially. I think you would like Arkham Asylum. It's very linear. It's not. Well, they're all City and Night are quote unquote open world, but they're open world to the extent of just go to the main objective if you want to carry on with the main story. You don't have to. There's nothing where it's like, hey, do you want to? It's about like there's like I think Arkham City has until like 10 side quests total. Like there's nothing. Yeah.
There's a difference between a PS3 open world and a PS4 and beyond open world.
Yeah. Or even Arkham Knight I still think is like there's like 9 side quests, but they're all related to villains and they're all interesting. Like the only one that you might want to skip is Riddler because you don't want to do all the collectibles, but every other one is like a 20-minute detour.
Skipped the enemy camps because they're lame.
Yeah, they suck. But like I don't know. What's that DLC they did? The Season of Infamy, like what a great DLC. Like people did not play that as much as they should have because those 4 side quests are like some of the best Batman that they did, and I'm like, that's crazy that they locked that behind a season pass. I hate modern gaming.
No, it's so bad.
Anyway, I'm running out. Has anyone else got anything that they wanted to shout out?
Not especially. I think Terry was my last.
That's my last one. No other good designs.
That's it. We peaked with Terry Bogard and the Scarecrow.
What did you want to mention? You've probably still got like 17.
I do have a few.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll go through them pretty quickly though. Melania from Elden Ring, I think, is really good at conveying like her whole thing just visually with the number of like with like the prosthetic limbs and stuff and whatnot. I think that was a real cool design choice. Alucard and Morrigan from Dragon Age. Hunter likes goth characters, go figure.
Wow. Crazy.
Hold on. Riona from Coffee Talk, the second game, I think was a really cool design. Just like one of my favorites in the game. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 9, I think was a really solid one. I think that Mortal Kombat 9 in general is probably where they had the best design ethos, and then they started over designing everything until they took it way back to basics with the newest one.
Yeah, Scorpion's definitely another iconic fighting game character,
Yeah, I think I
right up
had him
there with
on.
Ryu.
I think I had him on this list because I bullied one of the designs from the series in the worst designs
I would
with
believe.
that
Oh, you
god
definitely did.
with that
Yeah.
god awful Sub-Zero alternate. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, and then last one I had, Kaname Date, I think,
Hmm.
is just a really cool looking design as far as the cover art for the Somnium Files really sings, and he's like the focal point of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that does look really sick. I know I've seen
Uh,
that a few times.
yeah, it's pretty good. Uh, I'm just coming off the top of my head. I've just thought of a couple more, so I can go with some normie picks for you. Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed 2, I think is literally an iconic. Like, I think he is like
Yeah,
the video game character sometimes when I think of that outfit. Like, they peaked in the second game. They have never
they
hit the
did.
same since. And
Dude,
it's like,
straight up, Ezio's so powerful a design that sometimes because people look at me and think video game character, they just pick Ezio, even though it doesn't make
yeah.
any sense.
Like, I genuinely sit there and I'm like, man, I hate that every game under the sun gets a remake, but hey, if Ubisoft, if you last long enough, if you want to survive for a while, just remake Assassin's Creed 2. Like, have that idea for free. Just bring Roger Craig Smith back, bring the original voice cast back, remake that game. You don't even have to touch it, just make it pretty. Again, like, you've got the peak game again. You've done it again. Like, I won't be
Yeah.
mad. I genuinely won't be angry. Like, I can't wait for Black Flag remake, because I also think that his outfit is fucking incredible as well. Like,
Yeah, Kenway's outfit is
Kenway's
pretty
outfit
sick.
is probably the second best Assassin's Creed design. Like, I love it.
I would agree.
And I also just love that the whole mythology behind that is he kills an assassin and
thought
goes,
it looked
"That's some
cool,
cool
and
drip.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
nick
it."
that." Yeah, he's not even an assassin. He just
Yeah.
nicked his clothes. He was like, "That's cool. That's mine now." And then every assassin's like, "You shouldn't be wearing that." He's like, "I don't care. Drip's cool. Fuck off."
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Assassin's Creed has quite a lot of good designs. Like, I think for the most part, a lot of their assassin designs, there are a couple of misses. Like, I don't necessarily like Altair's that much original one. Honor from Assassin's
I
Creed
think for
3
their
is a bit of a
first
miss.
try, it was fine.
Um,
You know.
yeah. But there are some good ones. I love the two main protagonists from Jacob and Elise from not Elise, Jacob and what's her fucking name? I don't remember what Evie Fry. There we go. I love their outfits from Syndicate.
It's
they're
hard
like
to mess up
they're like
Victorian
they're
designs.
Victorian like mob bosses. Like, I really like that design. I think it's really cool. I really like Arno's from Unity as well. It really does fit French Revolution. The later ones fucking suck. I don't know what they've done, but like Origins onwards, all those outfits fucking suck. But like the old ones, fantastic. Biggest glow up of the century in terms of character. Norse Kratos is fantastic, and I'm like, it's genuinely the
Yeah.
biggest glow up of like. I used to hate original Kratos' design, and then give him a beard and some fur, and I'm like, peak, good job. Like,
I
that's
think that
fantastic.
I think I really like the Ragnarok design with like the fur mantle and stuff.
Yeah,
Is real good. I think that Kratos for even the old look was
it was still iconic. It was very much iconic.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
still very much did what it had to do, where he's visually distinctive in a way that's you see him and you'll know who he is.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Is there anything else that I would sit here and go like any 90s or 2000s like platformer on the PlayStation 2 or N64 and GameCube? You can basically make this argument for was a fantastic design because they just all are.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a couple of Xenoblade designs I really like. I think Shulk is a very good design for the most part. I think that a lot of Xenoblade 3's designs are probably some of the highest in terms of like I really adore like Uni and Mio and Noah's outfits in particular. I think they all work really well. I also think that those designs are basically taking all the designs from the other games that didn't necessarily work as well and went, let's just have another go and make them better. And I'm like, yeah, they nailed it. Some pretty good stuff there. Yeah, I can't think of anything else really, unless I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. I'm looking through all of our videos that we've made in the past fucking like 5 years ago, and is there a video game where I'm like, oh, that's a sick design? No, Hi-Fi Rush. Give a shout out to Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Try and
all of the
the
design
Peppermint's
ethos in that
design I
game
really
is
like.
good.
Yeah, all of their designs I really like. Pretty fantastic. Anyway, that's it. That's our episode, everybody. We've been going long enough. Astrobot, yeah. Shout out to Tim Geddes. I'm sure he's a big fan. Yeah. There's so many good designs. There's plenty of good designs. You can make arguments for anything, you know. Like I say, just wear a winter coat and you're in the top 50% for me, dude. Like that's all it needs,
Honestly.
you know. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
You know,
Winter outfits better than summer outfits.
100%.
There's more to work with.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's all good stuff. Anyway, let's wrap it up there. As always, our links are on screen right now. You can go and follow us on Blue Sky or on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with what we do outside the podcast. Like I say, next week is the HGAs, so come back next week for an episode where we rant about games that have come out this year. So basically every episode from the past year, but combined. So that'll be fun.
Abridged.
Yeah, and then the week after that, we'll obviously be doing our fantasy critic, looking at all the games that will be coming out in the next 12
Yelling
months.
about the games of next year.
Yeah, and how it's rigged and Hunter's going to cheat again, like he always does. But it's fine.
This will only be the second time I've won. That's just as many as you.
Yeah, but let's be real here. The first time was a fucking freebie, so that didn't really count because everybody else didn't know what was going on. But yeah, plenty of fun to be had in the near future. So yeah, look forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fun time. Anyway, that's all for this week. Thank you ever so much for listening / watching. If you've made it this far, it's probably Christmas Day at this point with how long this podcast has been going on. So hey, congratulations. You did it. Have a great Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a good holiday in general, whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate at all, even better, you just get some free fucking time off. Hell yeah, that's the sickest part. You get the time off and you don't have to spend time with family. That's the real gift. You've looked out there. Congratulations. Whatever you are doing, hope it's a good one. No rest for us, though. We'll be back same time, same place next week for our final episode of the year, which is crazy. But hey, we'll leave it right there. Thank you ever so much for listening and watching. We'll be back next week. And yeah, have an awesome rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Toodaloo.